Hello everyone, today is going to be a little bit different with the Precious book. Today I'm going to make some things to go in the book. These are just offcuts of like a canvas type fabric. They were originally the bottom of my husband's work pants. Every year he gets new work pants and I have to cut probably that much off the bottom of the pants because they're really long, and I keep them because they're nice and sturdy. The fabric's really sturdy, and these ones have interfacing on the other side. They're just offcuts from projects I've made, see. So I thought I've saved them, and I thought, well, they will be nice because they have some sort of sturdiness, but I need to cover them to look pretty. And today I thought I would do a bit of that. Now this is a beautiful table napkin. It's beautiful linen from Natasha, who is my Nashka on YouTube. She sent me a bag and it had a variety of things in it. There was not just one precious thing. There was variety, some from her lovely friends and some from herself, and I thought I would use part of this table napkin to cover these, the bases of these up. They will be added to as well with laces and things like that, but first I want to cut this part out because I love the embroidery on there, and I thought that will be nice in the book itself. So here we go, and I know it's hard cutting these things, but I just say to myself, that's why they were sent to me. They were sent to me to use, so I can't get too attached to them in their present state. So I'm going to just cut that part out there, and I'm not sure how I will use that in the book, but I know it's very pretty and I know I want to use it. So I'll just pop that to one side with Natasha's bag, and then we can use, see, that's I want to put it on over the canvas side. Make sure that's the right side. Yes, that's the right side. Okay, so I'm going to just flip it. And I'm going to try and keep as much of the lace as possible on these. I'm just going to put one pin in to keep them in position. So face down. And I'm going to just leave a little, like, what's that, half an inch, I guess, a couple of centimetres in between each one. Like that. So it's got a mark on the back, but that'll be covered. I'll cover that with something else. That. And there's one long one. Will that fit there? Oh, look at that. Oh, might not fit there. Perhaps I can move that up just a little bit. And I'll just move that up a little. Like that. Okay. And what I will do is, just to make it a bit easier, I'll just cut all of that some of that fabric left, and it's really, really soft. I'll put that. It's early in the morning here. People are still in bed. The cats are, you know how they do that morning thing, they play, they run around chasing one another, and they're just into everything. So that's the time of day it is. What are you doing? Oh, she's sneaking around. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just sew around the edges of that with a straight stitch. Something will go on this side, but I'm going to just sew it and then I'll be able to cut it out. So I'll be back once I've done that. Alright then, so that's all been stitched on, as you can see. And now I'm just going to cut around them, and these don't have to be overly tidy, because that really isn't the look I'm going for with this book. I want it to feel comfortable. So, see, there we go. And so these edges, that's fine if they fray a little bit. It's still got a lovely little piece of lace at the top there. There's another one. I'll just take that up a little bit. There. And I will do something on that side as well. There's another one. I'll cut them out and then I'll come back. Okay, so they're all cut out now. These ones, and I've just kept these few little offcuts there, and I will put them in. These are just the skinny little offcuts that I'm collecting up, and they'll be used in some way through the book. So now let's have a I thought I might decorate a few of these up while I've got them out. This is from Siobhan. There's two pieces of lace in here. I think we used one of these ones on the inside of the book, if I recall, on one of the pages. And then there's this lovely soft edging. I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's ever so soft. And let's just have a look. And oh, it's so pretty. I wonder if we can use that on a couple of these. Isn't that pretty? Just to start it, it's like the book itself. This is the base work, and then you can do other things over the top. Just find the right and wrong side. I think that's the right side there. So let's have a look. Alright, so we're going to put a piece over that. as they seem to be. Maybe we could do that one that way. We can do that. Like that. Just take that down a little. That can go in our little bag. So we'll do those two. And I'm sure I will be using some more of this throughout the book. Actually, I might just take another piece. So soft and pretty, huh? Just have to keep my eye on the time. My daughter's catching a train home this morning and I have to pick her up when the train gets in. What else do we have here? Okay, we have these lovely laces and they are from Jordana Dean. And I'm just looking at this beautiful lace here. Isn't it gorgeous? And she found these antique laces and she thought they were precious. It's beautiful. I love the netting behind it. That's a nice long one. We could do that. Look at that. That's perfect. Okay, we're going to use a bit of that in there. But let's just straighten it up a little bit. I think because it's been folded over time, maybe the other side might be easier to cut from. Yes, that would be better. Pretty, isn't it? I do like that. I do like that. So we'll use that on one of those. There's also this other one in here as well we could use. We could use a piece of that, couldn't we? So that was from Jordana. I wonder if we could use it on there. No. What about that one? Oh, that could be pretty, couldn't it? Yes, we'll use it. We'll use that on there. So let's might cut it from this side. Those Jordana. That one can go on there like that. And those two pieces can go into a little bag. And this one slight discoloration on that, but that is quite alright. That is quite alright. Just straighten that up alright, because they will have things over them as well. Plus it adds to that old look, doesn't it? It does. Okay, so that's that one. So we have these two here. We have I might use a couple of these laces that Roseanne sent through. She sent me a variety of laces. So let's have a look. Oh, I think we used that one already in the book, didn't we? It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So you could have that one there. And it's a nice wide one, isn't it? It's beautiful. These are her vintage laces. Oh, look at that one. It's beautiful too. I could put that one on there. Oh, look. See, I'm oh, it's going to be pretty when it starts getting some colour in it. Oh, here's another thin one we can put there too. So if I move that one over a bit like that, I can put we'll collage it together. Yeah. Collage it together. And that one. And what else do we have here? Oh, what about that one? Oh, it's so pretty, isn't it? How about that? People are walking down the street, that's what that is. Oh, that's quite nice. Alright, well we're going with, let me just see the other end where that's cut. Okay, well, I might just take it right to the centre, like that. Put it there, and trim that bit there. Okay, and that will have them covered. It's some beautiful, oh, look at that. Beautiful laces. Keep that little teensy bit in there, and now I am going to sew them all. Just going to sew them around the edges, and then I'll be back. So they are all done now. I'll just trim that up a bit. That's that one. And I've just left that open a bit there and there because I didn't want to ruin that scallop effect on the end. And then we have this one and 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 this one here. So we have a nice little variety of these. I'm not, they look like tags, but this is how I'm keeping my book in between working on it, and I still need to hand sew those things there on. I had a thought a minute ago, and now I think it's left me. Oh, don't you hate that? Oh. I wonder. Oh, it's pretty, isn't it? That's pretty. I could put that there. Maybe it's just as well I haven't sewn those on yet. That. And maybe that could go like that. Or like that. Or like that. Or like that. I quite like that. That way I get to see this beautiful cut work, don't I? Okay, won't think about it too much, just do it. I'm thinking I'll machine stitch this on. And then just gently hand tack that delicate one on. Okay, I think we'll do that. Okay, I'll be back. I've sewn that on there, and then as I've come like that, I like it, but see how it's white there, and then you've got the tan coming through. So what I thought I would do was get the corner of this and put it underneath and just like that. And whereabouts? Maybe there. And across, I think. It tends to be a bit backward, doesn't it? I do things like this sometimes. It's because things change as you do them. There's no real set plan. It just happens. And so that I will put there, which will be nice with that lace there. I'll stitch that on. Maybe not that far. Maybe just take that bit off the end there. Oh, that was a bit much, wasn't it? Oh, goodness. That's okay. We can put another lace there, maybe. And then this lovely doily, that was from Jan Hutchison, will go there, and I like that. And that gives me, yep, okay, I will just put that to one side for a moment and find some lace that I can put there. Now I know. Okay. Oh no, that was. Alright, what about. It's not a lot of it will be seen, so I don't want to use something that, you know, where someone's only sent one piece of lace and it's not actually seen very much. So I'm going to go back into Beate's little packet here because there's a few, and I know I've used some on here already. See, there's this one which is really lovely, and what I could do is like put it like that there. I don't need to really put it there, but I do need to put something there. That's pretty, isn't it? So I could use a piece there and a piece there. Like that. Should I use it all the way down perhaps? Yeah, okay, that's what I'll do. I'll use it all the way down there. And a piece there. Like that. That might be a bit long, but I prefer to cut it a little bit long than too short, I think. Now let's have a look at that and see how that works. That's my son in the background, my young son. He's only 12. He's on school holidays at the moment. So, okay, what do you think? And I can get another piece of lace and put that there. Where's my other piece of lace gone? Oh no. I had that little antique piece of lace, didn't I? Where have I put that? No, that's not it. Not caught behind my sewing machine. Okay, it was a piece of this lace, and I'm just thinking I may be able to just put that there, and that will show up beautifully, won't it? And we can have something there. We could, well, we could just put a piece of that there, couldn't we? But maybe not. I need to find that little scallop piece. That's lovely, isn't it? You can't see. A little doily in the corner. But I'm not sure I want to do that. I need to just find that other piece of lace that I had. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I found it. It's so light, it must have stuck to my clothes when I walked away and it was on the floor. It must have, because it's really light and delicate. Okay, what was I thinking? Something like that, but that could probably go that way now, couldn't it? I wonder if I did that, like that. And then kind of have like a double layer there. Oh no! Okay. Crisis averted. I have washed those pieces. They are in the dryer now. I got that out. Oh goodness, that scared me. Okay, so what were we doing? So that was going, it's alright, I can still go ahead and do these things while that's getting fixed. That way. So we'll put that one there like that. I don't want to put it down in case I put too much pressure on it. What were we doing? Can't remember now. Oh, is that right? Oh, was that one was going there, was it? Can't remember what I was doing. I think that was going there, and I was going to put another one over the top like that. That's right. And this, I think, was going to go like that, but not until I get the other piece in now. Like that. And then the doily. Okay, so I can pin that one there very carefully this time. Who would have thought my pins were that sharp? So we need to get some new ones. And put that over here where I know where it is, and I can go ahead and sew that on, and sew that on, and anything else I want to put on here while I'm thinking about it. Let's have a look. Okay, sorry about that, my daughter had to leave to go to work. I've just pinned that until that is all dry in there. It's all stitched on now. I've just left that up a bit there, and these ones are kind of, you know, loose at the bottom there. So that's what I've done. And I'm thinking about the pocket here, and I know I need to have it going over like that. I don't want it the full height of the pocket. I've spotted this, and this is from Tina. It's a beautiful piece of, oh, look at that, there's that one there too. Oh, that's that silk. Oh my goodness, I forgot how light it was. Oh, well, that could look pretty. Either that one or that piece. Perhaps that one, it would be more sturdy, and we will use that one somewhere else in the book. Just let me have a look and see what it says in here on her letter. Oh, it's a card. Okay, I've sent you a piece of what was described as wedding silk fabric. Went out rummaging in a second-hand shop. It really is beautiful, but I'm convinced that it's modern, which is okay because it is gorgeous. I only have a fat quarter but wanted you to have some. So this is the wedding silk. The other one was a authentic Edwardian silk fabric. Yes. Okay, so she found this out rummaging, and she was told that it was wedding silk fabric. This one, I think everybody has a different idea of vintage, don't they? So perhaps to those people who were selling it to you, they might have, you know, to them it may have been vintage. It's not modern. I'd say it's still got quite a few years on it by the feel of it. Regardless, it's beautiful, isn't it? I may have to just get the crease out of it. Of course, it's not quite big enough, but I just spotted this. Oh, see, that's the doily she sent as well. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? So they can go back in there for a moment. This little bag, she put it in. I wonder if I can repurpose that as well. Let's have a look. I just need some sort of a back on it, so that we could have that and that over it, and that will give it the ability for the book to slide in easily. Still not quite big enough. Okay, let me think for a sec. Alright, here, this one. Oh, yes, maybe that will work. From Jordana. Again. Let's have a look. Just need something. Alright, so we could use that. Have that come down a bit so we can see a bit of it there. and then have that like that, but make it, I'll just stitch it like the top and down a bit so that can come up, and that can be our pocket, I'm thinking. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Let's just cut that. Okay. I shall maybe a piece of lace across the top. And there was another thing I had here somewhere. This is from Edwina Kinch. Oh, this is the chocolate box story. That's right. Edwina was given a chocolate box by a friend. The chocolate box was very, very old, and this was a piece of lace, and this is a collar, I believe. For my one precious thing, I have chosen a piece of lace that was in the box that appears to have been an incomplete part of a collar. These were very fashionable in the late 19th century. Okay, so if you're curious about the chocolate box story, please go and have a look for the One Precious Thing from Edwina Kinch, and I read it out to you. I wonder if I could use that like that on the outside, and then I have a number of buttons and things people have sent me, and that could decorate it at a later stage. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I still would like a piece of lace across there, I think, or something. Oh, I like that. See, I like that, and that would be a good start. What I might do is I have to iron that, and there's a bit of a crease across there, I think, too. So I'll iron those. I'll check on my things in the dryer, and I'll stitch this pocket together, because until I find the piece of lace I want down the bottom there, across the top there, sorry, I don't want to attach it to the book page. I would to the inside cover. I would like to get the pocket done fairly soon, mainly so I know how to continue on with the inside of the cover when I choose to. But until this part's kind of done, it makes it a bit difficult, doesn't it? Well, I mean, it doesn't, but it would be nice if it was done. Okay, so I'll go do those things, and yeah, I'll go do those things. I'll come back and show you, and that will more than likely be the end of this video. Okay, take care everybody. Bye-bye. I just wanted to show you how I'm putting this pocket on. That is the paper behind. That is the organza fabric, and I've sewn up, across and down on the organza fabric to the paper, and then with this silk or satin, perhaps the thread silk. Anyway, I've just sewn that like a flap to the top part, but to attach it to the book, I am sewing the bag to the base of the book, and then I'm going to sew down the sides because the paper's not quite wide enough, so I'm going to have to sew the organza to the inside cover so that there's enough room for the book. So I just wanted to explain that. And I will be able to add something. I'm wondering whether I should add something there perhaps before I sew this on. I mean, I still will be able to. Yeah, I should still be able to. And on this side, all the mess came out of that quite nicely, so I pressed it and I pinned it, and I'm just going to sew that on when I sew this on. I wonder if I should put something down there though. Okay, this is from Mary Robson. She made this beautiful book, didn't she? Little booklet, booklet. Snippets of vintage lace. She has sent me some snippets of vintage lace that she has hoarded, and she bought them some time ago. See these little, oh, aren't they pretty? Look at that. Oh, perhaps that's not quite as wide. Perhaps, oh, that's so pretty, look. Perhaps I can put a little bit of that just here before I sew that pocket on. Just trying to think whether I want it all the way down or not. It's really pretty, isn't it? I could put that all the way down. I think I will. Cutting it there, and we can save that piece for somewhere else. And I'm just looking what the other things are in here, because I wanted something across there, didn't I? Look at this. Oh, it's beautiful. I wonder if I could put a bit of that across there, but perhaps, you know, just ruffle it up a little bit there. That would be pretty. Okay, so we'll use that there. Okay, because we need to do that before I sew that on the book anyway, which I almost forgot to do. Alright, so let's move this, and I want to sew, I'll use that because I like the little tatty end on it. I just want to sort of, you know, scrunch that as I sew that. So let's have a look. And I want to leave that little tatty bit because I like that a lot. Just back stitch to start with, and then, oh, okay, so this is where, find it. This is where my purple thing comes in handy, because as I am sewing, let's see if I can show you. As I am sewing, I can push the ruffly bit under the foot because it's a lot smaller than my fingers, and I can lift the foot up and rearrange it with this. So you won't be able to see me sewing this, unfortunately. Let's just get a bit of a ruffle going, and it doesn't have to be a nice even ruffle because I prefer it not to be honest. I'll straighten it out coming towards the edge because that's where I want to attach the little lace collar. there we go. See how that's got that ruffly effect going, but it's by no means nice and even. It's quite, you know. And I'm going to just cut that there and then pull it at the end so that has a bit of a tatty look as well. And I will put that back into Mary's lovely little booklet. And I'll just make sure I put that back into her in the right thing. Want that, and I want that, and okay, so we've got the paper bag from Tina. Tina, I don't think I mentioned, is Hummingbird. Just a minute, I've got her bag here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, here it is here. It's Hummingbird Tales by Tina Laird, and she does the most lovely journals. I've since receiving that watched a few of her videos, and she makes beautiful paper journals and things. Really, really lovely. So I need we need that. And we need this, which is all being ironed now very carefully, and I just want to kind of have it like that. So I'm going to stitch that on there. And for those wondering or interested in how people do make their lace and fabric books, I mean, mine's not the only way. I mean, even I don't do mine the same way every time I make a book. You know, it's fun to change things up. I was lucky enough to catch a live show yesterday. Sierra McInerney and Laurel and I think Rose, they're putting a lace book kit together for you to all see, and I will see if I can get a link to that and put it in the description box, because that was very interesting. Although when you're watching the chat part of it, you forget to look at the screen what they're doing, so make sure you actually watch what they're doing too, otherwise you don't see much. But that was fun. I very rarely catch anything live on YouTube, so that was really interesting to see. Okay, so that is going to go like that. Yep, and I want to put that trim on. There's that trim, there it is there. I want to put that trim on there, and I want to sew that, and I want to sew that on, and then I'll come back and show you. I just want to show you something. I've made the pocket a bit too deep, so I only saw the top of the book poking out. So what I'm doing, so the book doesn't sit too low, is I'm actually under here putting a running stitch in so the book will stop before it gets to the bottom of the bag, and I'm doing that by hand, and I'm just putting a large running stitch, and I'm using my finger to make sure it doesn't come through to the fabric, and just going across. It doesn't even have to go all the way across. I've started it here I'll just do another stitch, and then I'm going to finish it here with a couple of stitches. And let's just trim that off. At that side. And that, oh, that wind's getting up out there, isn't it? That should stop our hook from sitting too low. See, before all I could see was the top part, and I wanted to see some of the colour. So that's what I've done to fix that problem. So hopefully that will be all right. Yeah, that should be. It's not going to be handled roughly. And so that's that. I've stitched that on. I've stitched the bag to the cover, inside cover. I've stitched our little trim on down here. I have stitched this on. It's open on the corner there, just in case. Well, I don't think I might actually just go ahead and stitch it. And I'll stitch that on there. And then I put the doily on, and I didn't like it there anymore. I thought it was just a bit too dark there, so what I'm going to do is save that. Perhaps put that, where were my pages? Perhaps put that like that on that page there, because it's got the darker colour behind it, like that. That could add some interest to that page. Obviously there'll be other things on it. I mean, it could even go on that page, couldn't it? Could go on any page. It didn't appeal to me there. I might put it on this page actually. Maybe it doesn't have to go right in the centre. Maybe it could go down the side. That could be quite nice. Down the side, that way we get this little bit hanging over. Okay, I'm going to pin it there. And I think that is where that one will go. And that was from Jan Hutchison. Thank you, Jan. It's had a little journey, this one, hasn't it? Oh, I've got it the wrong way round. It's got little threads at the back. Yes, this one's definitely had a journey. Is that a thread as well? No. It's even been washed and ironed. Goodness. There we go. So now it's got a new home. Just as well I didn't stitch that one down actually, and this one. Yep. Okay, so that will go into the book. Where's the book? Here. It will be opposite that page there. Like that. And like that. And that will go like that, and that will go like that. We're getting there, and that will go up like that, and we'll have a cover on it as well. But I like the little trim. I think that's nice. Okay. Okay. I think that's it for today. I keep saying that, don't I? Back again. I had a question. As I was sewing this doily on here, it's on, and that little bit at the back has been stitched on as well. I thought, regarding the little accident earlier in the video on the doily and this doily, what are your thoughts on that? I'm okay with washing and ironing things up and using them again in this book because this is my book. I may not do that if I was making somebody else a book. You know, I probably wouldn't. Simply because, you know, it's going to someone else. But because this is my book, I was okay with doing that. What do you think about things like that? It's kind of a, you know, I know a lot of people are going to have a different opinion, but my thoughts are, if it's your own book and you're happy to wash something up and use it, that's fine. But if it were for somebody else, I wouldn't do that. I would just not use it and find something else in its place. So let me know anyway, and I hope nobody was too put off by that. Yeah, it happens. Crafting isn't always safe, is it? Okay, take care. Bye bye.